Well, welcome everyone. I'm so glad that you're all here. Let's raise a glass for being here in wine country and what an amazing film festival we're at. Sonoma International Film Festival, 21st year, 21 and proud. Now we can start drinking, right? We just turned 21. Woo! Let's do this. Well, to really capture this year, we did something that had never been done in the 20 previous years, and that was to actually do a real live wine competition, which is something that I'm quite used to. Last year I did 17 international competitions as a judge. So we put together an amazing team from this area to judge these wines. These were primarily all Sonoma Valley wines with a little bit of Sonoma Coast and Carneros in there as well. But it was great because we did it just like I would do the San Francisco Chronicle, San Francisco International, Sunset Magazine, Sonoma Harvest Fair, all the competitions that I judge across the nation. And we did it with a lot of great wines. When I found out who the winners were and who else was in this competition, I was super surprised because it was done in the real way a competition is done, whereas we do not see anything about the bottles. We just get the wines poured for us and we judge them just based on what's in the glass. And so I know that there's a few amazing people right here. I know that Audrey and Scott Edinger are right there from Ledson Hotel and Ledson Winery. They were actually on the team. This was a weird competition because usually when we do blind tasting like this, there's teams of 3 or there's teams of 5. Not even numbers usually because you always want a majority to win. We had a team of 7, and that was pretty amazing. So we really had a definitive number. And so I want to go down the line. We judged really 4 categories, and they were all here this week in helping us in many different ways. Kevin was with us. He walked in. It was actually the debut of the first day of the whole film festival. The first look. So our number one. Oh yeah. And Ian White, who is not here, from San Francisco Magazine, and and Silicon Magazine, of course. So Ian hopefully will show up at some point, but he was not with us as one of the judges. He was traveling that week, so we just did it without him, and we did good. So
these guys really have a hard job. They have to sit around a table, and there's about 100 bottles of wine, and they have to drink them. And you know what? This guy, he's not a spitter. So I can let you know about that. But along with the wine awards, Tom Silberkite, which is just this amazing book, will go along with each and every one of them. So the awards tonight are really terrific, and I give you a lot of credit. Way to go, Chris Sawyer.
Thank you so much, Kevin. So let's go right into it. Our first winner of the competition, Keith Cassell. Nice to see you back there. The first winner of the competition, Best Chardonnay. Let's note one thing. We did not do a white wine section. I think if we do this again next year, we will probably have an aromatic white section. But this was Best Chardonnay. And this award goes out to Annaba Winery for their fabulous Sonoma Coast. I'll say one thing about Annaba. If you guys haven't been following them, they're one of my favorite wine producers in this area. They're just down at the Four Corners, down near Gloria Ferrer. An amazing winery. My great friend Ross Cobb and Katie Wilson, who are great winemakers on their own, they actually make these wines for them. This is fantastic wine. And I will say that number 2 in this competition was Hansel. I mean, that's who they were up against, was the top of the line. That they got a couple more votes than Hansel got. And that's saying a lot. So without further ado, thank you to Annaba Winery. They've been pouring here for the past couple days. I hope you got to taste their wines because they're fantastic, and their Chardonnays and other wines rock as well. So speaking of which, the best Pinot Noir for this year's competition was none other than Annaba. What? They won 2 different ones. Now, I will say a little something about this. It was really a tie. Ian White is in the house. Ian White! Up on stage with me. One thing I will say about this part of the competition, there was a wine that came in pretty much tied with this one, and that was St. Francis Winery, made a great Pinot Noir, something that we never think of for St. Francis Winery, but those guys are on fire right now with Pinot Noir, but we could not give it an award because they did not make enough bottles of it. So once you guys go running out to shops and stuff and start buying the Annaba, that's doable, but if you want St. Francis Winery, you have to go to their winery. So without further ado, next award goes out to the best red blend. Okay, best red blend. And this is a great winery too. This is Jeff Cohen, and his wine is called Smoke and Mirrors. Smoke and Mirrors. Not Smoke and Mirrors, but Smoke and Mirrors. I remember when the movie Argo came out and won an Academy Award some years ago, that was the wine that I actually paired with that movie, was one of Jeff Cohen's Smoke and Mirrors. This is a Rhone blend that really is Syrah, Mourvedre, a little bit of Grenache, and Zinfandel with a little bit of Alicante Bouschet in there as well. So an amazing red blend. And why is that winery so significant right now? They got a new tasting room right down here next to the red grape. You guys can go taste that wine anytime. It retails for $25. It's a killer. So I was very impressed by our panel for picking that wine. It did really good. So the last wine of our competition was, of course, one of the superstar grapes of our area, Cabernet Sauvignon. Anyone out there like Cabernet Sauvignon? Ah! Cabernet Sauvignon, it grows so well here, and especially the ones that grow on the hillsides. So without not being surprised, but it seemed rather fitting that we did this competition in the caves at Petroni Winery. Petroni is pouring over here tonight, and they've done some great things for us throughout the festival. They won the Best Cabernet Award. Woo! Come up here and accept this award, my kind friend. And I want to thank them once again for hosting this. This was not rigged, believe it or not. It actually, what it came, yeah, this is blind tasting. And the other great thing about it was once we had the top 3 in that category, we brought them all back and reassessed those 3 wines together. So they went through some pretty hard filters there. And I will say the one that came in second, and I thought I did see him here, and it was not surprising to me either, is Michael Muscardini. That came in second. So you got 2 great producers. But what makes the Petroni very special is it's all hillside fruit. Really that part up Cavedale, and then also the part up Trinity, the Trinity Ranch Road vineyard. And you know what? It makes it very special. I will say one thing, it's very, very hard in wine competitions to get a double gold. So to get a gold, you have to have the majority has to say it's a gold medal versus a silver or a bronze. This got across the board 7 votes, 7 gold medals on that Petroni. It was that good. So do not doubt that, and please try that Petroni wine. We were excited to be a part of this first year and the amazing competition, and thank you to all the great producers out there that did such a great job also. And I want to thank one more winery too, if they're here. I don't know if Francesca is here, but We did not enter any wines from outside the country, even though this is an international film festival. But if you guys have been tasting those Chilean wines, I will say one thing. There she is, right over there, the great Chilean wines. You are tasting paella tonight. Do not forget to go over and taste those Chilean wines from Francesca. They are an amazing assortment of wines. And this is an international film festival. We're so excited to have them with us tonight in the house as well. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, Chris. As always, I'd like to thank Shay because this guy does everything around here. Thank you so much. My name is Ian Devereaux. I'm from San Francisco Magazine. We are a proud sponsor. And very briefly, what I'd like to say is pay a little bit of attention, a lot of attention to the Wine Awards tonight. But also, as San Francisco Magazine and Silicon Valley Magazine, we are proud to sponsor this. But we're also sponsoring because we have our Wine Country Awards in November for San Francisco Magazine. So if you're a winery, if you have friends, make sure you enter them in the San Francisco Magazine Wine Country Awards because we are going to be taking all of those wines all over San Francisco. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Shay, for having us. It is an honor. Every year we're going to be here, man. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Ian.